Habari Gani, welcome to the fourth video honoring the fourth day of Kwanzaa, and today's principle is Ujamaa. So you know the routine. I say Habari Gani and you respond with Ujamaa. So let's practice. Habari Gani. All right, that was better. That was better than yesterday, right? So Habari Gani, Ujamaa is today's principle, and Ujamaa stands for or means cooperative economics, And the official Kwanzaa website further defines Ujamaa as to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. Man, let me tell you, my favorite thing about Ujamaa. Yesterday, I talked about, being a member of the Greensboro Kwanzaa Collective. Make sure you watch our live video tonight, our live. I think I'm hosting tonight. Yeah, make sure you check us out on Facebook. So I am the vendor coordinator for the Greensboro Kwanzaa Collective. So I get to work with the vendors, help get them signed up, talk about their products and all those sorts of things. And so I get to talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, long-standing entrepreneurs and new entrepreneurs who are just bringing their products to the market. And it is so beautiful every single year to see Black people who love what they do, who love what they create, who love, their businesses, and they want to share it with the community. And then I started thinking about how, because sometimes we can think really, really small, especially when it comes to economics or money and things like that. We just think about, me having my little business with my little trinkets or my little wares, and you having your business with your little trinkets and your little wares, and we just trying to, just make a few pennies to get by. And, one of the things that I am is an historian, for those of you who don't know, but I have a degree in history. It's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, I study history, right? So I've always been fascinated with how we, when I say Black people, I mean like, you know what I mean. Try not to get into the semantics, but people of African descent, or people, the melanated folk who have always existed on this American continent, or, wherever we are in the world existing as Black people. We have always been entrepreneurs, right? We have always been big money makers, big money creators. And at some point we actually were the money. We actually were the money. There are old dollar bills, or before the dollar, there was a point in time where each state had its own money. So Mississippi had its own money, South Carolina had its own money, before everything was consolidated under the federal, dollar, right? And on a lot of that money, whose faces they had on there? Black people. Now, mind you, it wasn't flattering. If you ever look it up, it was like Black people, just us picking cotton, or, out in the fields, right? But if you get past that offense, you actually see something so much deeper, and you see that we have always been connected to money, to the flow of money, to resources, right? And so it's this idea that without us, there's no money to be made. Without us, there is no wealth, because we are the wealth. And I believe that we are getting back to a point in time when we really kind of own that, instead of being owned by that, right? Where we own our own, it's bigger than just owning our own stores and our own commodities. It's about owning the power. Oh, this is about to sound biblical. Owning the power to obtain wealth, right? Owning the power to obtain wealth, because we are the wealth. So money always has to flow to us because we are the wealth. You know what I mean? And so there's always been this idea that with, you need us in order to make your products flourish or your businesses grow, right? And if you do the statistics on how much money flows through our hands, how we build industries a lot of times, it will help you to understand really the kind of power that we have. When I think about even where many of our ancestors have come from, which is the continent of Africa, and we think about the immense wealth on that continent. We talk about gold and diamonds and minerals and oil and everything, ideas, creativity. We are the source of wealth, right? So one of the people that I follow on Instagram is like two brothers. They're not biological brothers. I just call them brothers because they black, right? Two brothers who have, I think their company, they call it EYL, but it stands for Earn Your Leisure. And they do like these videos on investing, on for everything dealing with money, whether it's investing, whether it's real estate, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it is starting a business. A lot of times they interview people who have already proven to be very successful when it comes to wealth generation, but they discuss it in a way that is so like real, so real and easy to understand. It's like if you were sitting and talking to your cousin or whoever, to really talk about finance, and really that's their profession, right? So that's just someone, disclaimer, I don't know them personally. I don't, I can't vouch for everything. I don't know, but what I've seen, I have learned a lot from them. And it's very interesting because my own brother, my actual brother, is in that same field. So a lot of what I hear them saying is things that I've heard my own brother say, and my own brother, attempt to teach me. I have not been the best student of investing. So, but for those of you, it's not about me, being the best. It's about me sharing my favorite things, right? For Kwanzaa that might be helpful to you. And so, I encourage that you, check them out on Earn Your Leisure, check them out on Instagram, or just, I think they have some videos on YouTube of them interviewing different people. But for me, Ujamaa, cooperative economics, is not just about us creating products to sell. That is a part of it. But the bigger part of that is us getting into greater wealth creation and holding on to it. If we even in our own history, we've got a lot more people now know about Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that was not the only Black Wall Street. That's the most famous one, but there were so many communities of Black people who said that we will create our own stores and we'll have our own doctors and our own attorneys and our own investments and our own land, and all of these sorts of things. Insurance was another big one. So since 1865 in the United States, we have had some really phenomenal and pivotal moments where we were determined to Ujamaa. We were determined to practice cooperative economics, where we, land, real estate, finances have always been a big thing for us, because even traditionally, even before all of this, honoring the land, understanding that it's through our connection to Mother Earth, if you will, that brings us that wealth and brings us that abundance, right? And so we've always understood that it's bigger than, what can I pick up? Bigger than me, just only making a product and selling a product. You know what I mean? That's beautiful. We should definitely do that. But Ujamaa really speaks, in my opinion, to even bigger wealth creation. Once you have that product and you brought it to market and you're making a profit from that, what do you do with your profits? How do you invest it? How do you create generational wealth? That is the question. So that is one of my favorite things about Ujamaa, is just the reminder of our potential, because we've done it before. We can do it again. Our wealth and our richness is not only in the past, it's in the present, and it is in the future. So if we keep that in mind, then there's no limit to what we can do, to what we can accomplish, and how we can grow. So that is my Ujamaa message. This is the 4th day of Kwanzaa. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the 5th day, which is, am I skipping one? Gotta look at my list. No, the 5th day is Nia. So I'll see you tomorrow for Nia. Peace and love.